Jonesboro is just around the corner. In which disc golfer should you be putting into your Skipace lineups and picking for the Grip6 Pick6? I've got the answers and more in today's video. What is going on, everyone? Welcome into the Chain Clankers. I'm your host, Q. We got a great video for you guys today. Jonesboro is just around the corner. I'm recording this on Wednesday the 14th, and this is publishing today as well. So we've got just a couple of days before the disc golf is back in action on the Disc Golf Pro Tour, and we have an exciting video, an exciting venue. I'm super excited for this. It was a great tournament last year, so I really think it's going to be a fun tournament again this year. And you're here for Skipace. You want to know which disc golfer should you put into your fantasy disc golf lineups? I've got the answers for you. Let's go ahead. Let's jump into them. All right, so let's start this video off a little bit differently. This time I want to go through the Grip6 Pick6 first, and then we'll do the Skipace. The thing about the Grip6 Pick6 is you're literally just trying to choose the top 6 finishers on the weekend. You don't have to worry about any points or anything like that, so you just want to pick whoever you think is going to win. The player that wins in each division will give you 0, and then all the other players gives you 1 point for each stroke they finish behind the winner in their division. So you want to choose people that are going to finish high. You're not looking for any value. You're looking for winners here. So, to unveil my picks, I've got Calvin Heimberg taking it down. Calvin is hot. He just won the Vintage Open. He performed very well at this tournament last year, and I'm on Calvin Heimberg. I think Calvin Heimberg is one of the most, if not the most complete disc golfer just mentally right now. He and Ricky Wysocki look like the top 2 in the world right now, and Calvin Heimberg is somebody I'm a big fan of, and I really think he's got a good chance of bringing this one home again. Ricky Wysocki is who I got coming in at number 2. Chris Dickerson, James Conrad. I think all 3 of those guys are guys that are going to finish inside the top 3, or not top 3, excuse me, top 5. James Conrad has been performing really well with MVP, surprisingly well, especially when you compare what he was doing last year. So I think he's finding his stride with this new plastic and got 2nd place last week. So I really expect him to make another big push here in Arkansas. And then Garrett Gerthy has been very good at this course. Aced hole 15 last year, and he finished inside the top 5. So I think Garrett Gerthy has got a good chance. And little bit of controversy here. Paige Pierce, her rating went down. She really has not been the Paige Pierce that we are used to seeing, and she won this tournament by a whole lot last year and has performed very well at this tournament. So I got to give it to Paige. I think Paige is going to win the FPO division. So that is my Grip6 Pick6. Let's move on to the Skipace. And before we do so, something I like to do is let's take a look at what happened last year. So last year, keep in mind, this was played in October, not in April. So season is a little bit different, but Calvin Heimberg coming in here with the W, 31 under par. Paul McBeth 2nd at -30. Garrett Gerthy, like I said, there's that top 3 at -25. Chris Dickerson -24 coming in at 4th, tied with Andrew Presnell. Paul Uleberry had a good finish at -22. Alden Harris, AJ Carey, Reed Fiskura, Eric Oakley, and Jeremy Colling rounded out the top 10. Some other big names we had up there: Thomas Gilbert, Austin Hannum, Asa Ederhold, Luke Humphreys, Adam Hammis finishing 16th with Kevin Jones. Philo also at 16, Kyle Klein at 21, Anthony Barella 22. So you can kind of see a trend here, and I'll scroll just a little bit more so you can see where everyone else finished on screen. Zach Melton 36, Terry Roethlisberger 39th. I want to see if maybe there's any big names down here. I don't think anyone finished too bad. Yeah, no, looks like no one really finished too bad. Looking at the FPO, like I said, Paige Pierce won by 13 strokes last year over Katrina Allen. Haley King inside the top 3. Jessica Weiss inside the top 5, along with Vanessa Van Dyken. It's just crazy that Paige Pierce really scored 30 strokes better than Vanessa Van Dyken, 1st to 5th. I mean, that's just absolutely unreal. Unreal what she did last year. And so let's look a year prior, because a year prior they played this in April, same time frame that we're playing it right now. So Paul McBeth took it down at -27, would have won the year prior if it wasn't for Calvin just dominating. Garrett Gurthey coming in at second, -24. Chris Dickerson at -22. So there you go. Those are your top three from 2019. Eagle had a great performance, tying with Paul Ulibarri at fourth. Emerson Keith, a sixth place finish. Simon Lizotte at 7. Kevin Jones, 8. Ricky Wysocki at 9. And let's see here. Some other big names. James Conrad at 13. Calvin Heimberg at 17. I think this is a different Calvin Heimberg from 2 years ago, finishing -8. And then the next time he played it, he finished -31. So massive difference there. Looking down the list, there's Zach Melton again at 29. Brian Earhart at 35. Alex Russell, 35. Anthony Barella at 42nd. And see if there's any maybe big names around there. Looks like that's about it. Let's take a look at the women. Paige Pierce won the tournament as well, finishing -17. It's crazy that she almost doubled what she did the year prior winning this tournament. Katrina Allen, another second place finish, almost picking this one up at -16. And then we see Vanessa Van Dyken there at 5th again at -4. So pretty consistent play from her. We'll just go ahead and scroll through. So there's Hannah Macbeth at 19 with +15. Kona at +12 at 17. So yeah, that's just kind of what the two results of the past 2 times this event has been played. I really like to look at those. And, you also want to take into account how they are playing right now. But let's look here at what we got. So I've got 1 point left over, so not a lot of wiggle room, but I've got Chris Dickerson as my first pick. The reason I'm going with Chris Dickerson is it's a value thing, right? Paul Macbeth, Ricky Wysocki, Calvin, and Eagle, you're really going to have to be spending, Eagle's a 1049, but you're going to have to be spending more than 1046 on any of those guys when Chris Dickerson has back-to-back events of being very, very good at this event, finishing inside the top 5. So I think that Chris Dickerson is somebody who is very close to a W. I really like Chris Dickerson. I think this is a course he can play well at. I've been saying I wanted to try to get him in the lineup for a while now, and so I'm finally getting Chris Dickerson into the lineup. I'm excited to have him here. My second pick is James Conrad. Like I mentioned a little bit earlier, James Conrad's really hot right now. He finished second at the Vintage Open. Every week he plays, he looks better with that MVP plastic. So I'm going with James Conrad because when you look around, who else is here? I could go with Drew Gibson. I like Drew Gibson here, but I just don't have enough points in order to fit him in. Adam Hammes, I just don't think finishes inside the top 10 enough for me to give him the trigger here. Kevin Jones has been a little wishy-washy so far this year. I haven't seen him put together an entire tournament yet, and I'm not willing to bet on it. Nico already has his big win. I don't expect him to get a W here. And so, yeah, I'm going with James Conrad. James Conrad, I think, is very close to another win on tour. And at the third pick, Garrett Gurthey. Garrett Gurthey has played very well at this tournament and is continuing to only get better. This is a tournament where I believe that Garrett Gurthey has a very strong chance of winning. And as the third selection, I think we're really setting ourselves up for a ton of success right there. If you weren't going with Gurthey, you could go Anthony Barella, Jeremy Colling, Kyle Klein, all those guys underneath him, I don't think have the same ceiling that Garrett Gurthey has. Garrett Gurthey and James Conrad are the only 2 guys I would say after Nico Lacastro that I'm feeling confident can pick up a W right here. The next one down that I think could actually challenge for the win is Paul Ulibarri here at 1029. So he's an option for you to put into your lineups. Let's see. None of these guys you see on screen are exciting me, and I just don't see the point in spending 1022 on a Chandler Fry or on a Ezra Robinson, Philo, Emerson, Austin Hoop. Like, I don't think any of those guys are going to put you over the edge into having a winning team. Casey White is very interesting at 1019. Same thing, is same rating as Colton Montgomery, but Casey White is very interesting. He's been somebody flirting with the top 10 all year long, so maybe you could change out a Garrett Gurthey or James Conrad for a Casey White and maybe upgrade your FPO a little bit. That's somebody that I would be comfortable putting in there. Acer Ederhold is somebody who I think I would be comfortable putting in there. He had a really strong showing in the first week at Vegas, but since then has tapered off just a little bit, but I think this is a course where he can get back to having having some success and finish inside the top 15, top 10. I think you're getting a great value out of him. I mean, compare him to Thomas Gilbert. Thomas Gilbert has not even sniffed the top 10 so far this year. So I think that Acer Ederhold is somebody I would much rather be putting into my lineup right now. And yeah, there's just no one else I'm really seeing around here. Terry Roethlisberger has an interesting name, but just too many finishes outside the top 25 right now for me to put him into my lineup. And so that kind of drops me down to pick 4. I'm going with Reed Fiscura because this is somebody in this range who has performed well at this tournament, typically performs well in Arkansas tournaments, and so I like him here. Zach Melton is somebody else I have my eye on, but just after the injury, not consistent enough for me to trust putting him in my lineup. Brody Smith is a good value pick at 10.04, but the thing is, he's wishy-washy right now. You could get a top 25 performance, or you could get a 50th place performance. I think you're going to have a more solid performance with Reed Fiscura right here. Going down the list just a little bit more, I'm not seeing anyone that like jumps out at me where it's like, yeah, I'm willing to put this person into my lineup instead of Reed. And still, because I think these 4 men give you a really strong chance at having 4 guys inside the top 15. All these guys have done it before, and I believe they can all do it again, if not all finish inside the top 10. I'm really liking the MPO picks. On the FPO side, it's always a toss-up because, unfortunately, unless you're going to suffer on the MPO side, you're not going to be able to get a Paige Pierce. And Paige Pierce has not been worth her money so far. And I picked her in the Grip6 Pick6 because there's no value. You can just pick whoever you think is going to win. I think Paige is going to win this tournament, but if she doesn't win this tournament, you just spent 977 points on her. When you're spending that much, you have to be securing that number 1 position. So I think right now we're going in a situation where I think both of these women have a chance at winning. I don't think they're going to win, but I don't think they're going to absolutely destroy your team. I think you're looking at 2 women who can finish inside the top 5. Jessica Weiss at 945 is a really awesome value for you right now. You could spend a couple of extra points to get a Heather Young, who I might be interested in, or a Haley King. If you could fit either of those 2, or Katrina Allen. Katrina Allen at 965 is still just a little too rich. Maybe you drop James Conrad down to a Paul Ulibarri, and you could, oh man, let's see. Let's see real quick. If we changed that to a Paul Ulibarri at 1029, do we have enough points? No, it's literally only 5 points. No, we don't have enough points. So we would have to make some pretty big changes in order to get up to Katrina Allen, which I'm just not comfortable doing right now. I think Jessica Weiss and Vanessa Van Dyken. Vanessa Van Dyken is an absolute value right now at 934. Look at who else is around her. Kona and Rebecca Cox are around her. Rebecca Cox is interesting. Kona had a really strong showing at Waco, but since then has not looked that great. And she's right now the type of golfer who can win the tournament but could also finish like outside the top 10 in very high over par. So I think Vanessa Van Dyken, after back-to-back 5th place finishes at Jonesboro, is set up to have a very good tournament and somebody that you can rely on and you know is going to be there and maybe challenge for the win. Same thing with Jessica Weiss. I think she's going to be inside the top 5, and that's what we're hunting here. We're hunting for value. You have to find the value and set yourself up to put yourself in a position to win, and that's what I believe we're doing here. Let me know what you guys would do. Which players do you have in your Skipace lineups? I'd love to hear them. Make sure you comment down below who you have in your lineup. Maybe some players that you think I just kind of brushed over. Let me know. I'd be really interested to hear it. Leave a like rating on this video. I really appreciate it. And it lets me know that you guys like this content and you want to see more of this content. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, do it already. We got some awesome podcasts up. If you haven't listened to any of our recent podcasts, I highly recommend doing it. We've got some new fun episodes coming out. You're going to want to make sure you stay tuned for them. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for listening to the Chain Clankers podcast. Make sure you follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Chain Clankers and hit that subscribe button wherever you're listening to us from so you never miss another episode.